Alright, today I'm going to be showing you how to download Twitch VODs, Twitch clips, and render their respective chats. So first thing you're going to want to do is go to my GitHub page, and I'll have this link down in the description, and download my program called Twitch Downloader. And this is going to be a little preview of what the chat will look like by the end of this. Yeah. And so you're going to want to go to the top and go to the releases and download the latest release of the program. And you can open up, and I use WinRAR, open up wherever, and just extract the folder and just drag it somewhere. All right, now they're going to want to open the folder and start up the program. All right, so there's four sections: the VOD downloader, the clip downloader, the chat downloader, and the chat render part. So we're going to go to Twitch, and we're going to go grab a VOD to test this on. All right, so if you download the VOD, you just want to grab the VOD ID and get info, and it has all the options you'd expect. It grabs information, and you can crop the video if you'd like, rename the file, select the folder, select the quality. You know, nothing special. Other programs do this. All right, and you can do the same with a clip downloader. You just have to get the slug, which is the ID of the clip, which is just like a few words. All right, and the same deal. You just select the quality. A lot less options as a clip downloader. And you would just save the file. Okay, now the main parts: the chat downloader and the chat render. So for the chat downloader, it can work on clips and VODs. So whichever one you want. And this is what the chat looks like. So we put in the clip ID, and we have two options: the simple text or the advanced JSON. So to use the chat render, we have to save the JSON, but I'll show you both versions. All right, so the text file, it's exactly what you'd expect. It's just no emotes, no anything, no badges, just the username and the message. And the JSON is it basically saves all the data that from Twitch, and it has all the information needed to render the chat. So in the chat render section, we're going to need the JSON file, and we have a bunch of different options. And I'll show you what they do later, but let's just render it as a default with the default settings for now. All right, so it's going to fetch all the chat badges, the emotes, the third-party emotes, render all the comments, and then it's going to stitch it all together into an MP4 file. All right, and it's about done. And this is what it looked like. By the way, that was for a 1-minute video, and took about 10 seconds. So Shroud's chat doesn't have many GIF emotes from like Better Twitch TV or FrankerFaceZ. So we'll go grab a different video to better showcase the third-party emote support. But you get the idea. And by the way, with the default settings, for every minute of video, it takes about 10 seconds to render. And this will change mainly based on the width and height of what you want to render. So if you change settings, it'll take longer depending on what you change. But with the default settings, it's about 10 seconds for every minute video. All right, now we're going to download about a minute's worth of chat from Moo Moon's past stream. All right, and download that 1-minute section of his stream, or the chat part at least. Now, and this will better showcase the third-party emote support with GIFs and stuff. All right, and that's what it looks like, and you can see the GIF emotes, they work. I mean, yeah, everything looks okay. There are a few issues like with some emojis, but I plan to fix that soon. Most emojis do work. Okay, you get the idea. Now I'm going to show you some customization options. So if you want a green screen, you can set a green background. You can have a message outline. You can change the font to whatever you'd like. You can make the font size bigger, and this update time is how often the chat refreshes. So by default, it's every 1 second it'll add new messages, but you can make it so there's no delay and it just updates immediately. And this is the biggest factor, the height and width. That's the biggest factor in how long it'll take to render. So if you really up the height and width, it's going to take more time. So, I added a lot more pixels to the height and width, so it's taken about 20 seconds, it looks like, as opposed to 10 seconds with the default. It's still better than, manually recording the Twitch chat, though, and you have a lot more customization. And with these options, because it has a green background, you can chroma key it out in your editing software, and it'll have a black outline, so it'll look good on basically anything. So I'll show you, I'll overlay it right now. So it's done rendering, and you'll see what it looks like. All right, as you can see on the right side, that's just me after the fact, just overlaying it on top, and you know, it's a good solution, I think, instead of manually recording the chat. All right, and that's basically it. That's how you use the program, and any bugs, let me know on GitHub, and I'll try and fix them. Thanks.